Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back from another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're taking a look at the PvP buffs to the one and only young Garp on the fighter team. Now, with the PvP Legend update, all PvP Legends, except for Kizaru, are now 20 costs, which is pretty big, because that means you can run a very, very strong bench. You can bring other characters into the front line, and you can build out 8-man teams a lot easier with very, very strong characters. Now, Garp did get a 20 cost buff, plus he did recently get another buff, so he actually does damage to enemies. He is built up around the fighter-based team, and when you got access to the best PvP character in the game, as a fighter, like, you can do some really, really fun stuff there. So we're going to take this fighter team right here into the challenge fights. We're going to take a look at how fighters perform. Honestly, they're very, very good. I did bring good old Page 1 along. He's actually a fighter character. Now that he's a 20 cost, I can chuck him on the bench. Most of this team actually becomes very strength-centric. So running out like a strength bench and having Page 1 there, it felt kind of right to bring him. But honestly, like, it's Page 1, man. But we'll see how we go. But if you enjoyed the video, belt like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of this PvP buff. I think it's insane. It's really, really big for the game mode, and let me know down below who your favorite buff is. With that said, let's check out fighters. Alright, straight off the bat, let's take on the newest PvP fight against Zoro. Strength have never really struggled against Sai, and since this is a majority strength-based team, I don't really see us struggling with this particular fight. Now, the upside to fighters is they have a lot of very good characters, but like I said, most of them are around that sort of strength echelons, and at the end of the day, like, if you're running a team like this, you probably just want to run strength. It does have other options like Ace and Kaido and stuff, but we're here for fighters, and we may as well give fighters a little bit of time. Now, Luffy, the anniversary exclusive Luffy, he's the best PvP character in the game. I did have Gear 5 there for a very long time, but just seeing what he does in, like, the last championship and just having him on any team makes that team better. Like, it's actually wild. The amount of damage output he does just himself, even with such a low attack stat, right? Like, we're sitting fairly low here, level 9 attack. We're going to get a haste buff and a level 5 attack buff from Kobe. So with level 14 attack, unless Garp gives us attack. Does Garp give us an attack buff? He gives us level 7. Alright, so we've jumped all the way to 21 attack thanks to Garp. And then Luffy can go like this with his level 5. Like, hitting 8k through defense is not okay. It's just not fair. Like, it's not fair, but the team is very powerhouse-centric as well. We're running a lot of powerhouse fighters. We've got Katakuri, we've got Garp, we've got Luffy himself. Then you've got King and Page 1 on the bench, who I believe are both fighters as well. I believe Sanji's a fighter as well, a powerhouse as well. Of course he's a fighter, they're all fighters. But the combination of Luffy and Kobe, it's just really, really strong. And if you can bring that on a team, it just works wonders. Plus, Kobe's giving cooldown reduction. So that works out really, really nicely. And then Garp is actually providing a lot with his blowback. Blowback's actually a very underrated mechanic that I didn't really appreciate until Kaido 6+. So fighters, man, they're doing alright. They're doing okay. Alright, let's take on shooters now and the scary Raizo Shinobu action blind mechanic. With Garp's buff as well, previously, like the previous PvP update, it allows him to hit a whole bunch of characters as well. Garp used to be so bad, even for a PvP character, in PvP, because he never used to hit any characters. He only attacked units if they were at max cooldown, and now he just does the highest cooldown, which is really, really good. But overall, like, as a character, he's not too bad. He's doing 1.8 times his attack up to 2 times, and then giving that level 7 attack and speed buff is really nice, especially to Luffy. He does a counter stance. I wish he did provoke, but look, unfortunately, it's not meant to be. Any character that does a counter stance, you really want to have provoke on them somehow, and that's what makes Zoro so damn good. Let's see how the action button goes. Okay, we got pretty lucky there. Only hits Garp. I don't really think we'd be in a bad spot, even if it hit more units. The only spot that I can see it being a problem is when Ace goes. But the fact that Kobe's going before Ace allows us to get a potential haste for Luffy, and if that happens, it's curtains. Like, it's over. I don't think we got anyone hasted. Nah, well, you can, like, no one got hasted there. Alright, so we're gonna have to take an Ace special. Luffy does have a shield mechanic, so if he goes below 50% HP, he should be okay. But only hits Garp, which is the whole point of the showcase, and he dies. So, Sorry, Garp, but we're gonna go on without you. The upside now is that we have a very strong bench. We have page 1. He's there, I guess. But we also have King. King's a massive character in the last 50 seconds. So if you lose units, not only can you do this with Luffy, who's very bulky, by the way, thanks to that shield mechanic that he has. But then when you kill the team, the opposition team, and they have their bench come in, King can then follow up that special with his own that also goes through defense, and it'll basically just whitewash it for you. So the strength fighters are really carrying this fighter team. Garp's not a bad addition, and if you are running a fighter team, he probably will find a way onto the team now, purely because he's 20 costs, and that way you can run out or fill out a better bench or bring better legends than him, because fighters don't exactly have the craziest of PvP rare recruits, and what Garp is providing for a fighter team is really, really strong. But you do have stuff like Bullet. Bullet's another character that I don't actually own. You could easily throw on the bench, or you can bring in the front lines and do some fun stuff there. Let's see how we go against Slashers now, because obviously Roger and Whitebeard can be a massive problem to any team that doesn't have revive mechanics. Roger and Whitebeard hit the right units, you're pretty much done. But let's see how the fighter team goes up against it. Garp being a Dex unit as well means you can do some interesting stuff with Dex fighters. You have Cat Dog, the Revival Luffy, Super Tandem Luffy as a fighter as well. Garp himself obviously being a fighter and a Dex unit. You could easily do some stuff there. I think they got like Lucci. Obviously, Bullet himself is Dex, so you can do some fun stuff there if you wanted to build out more of a Dex-centric team. But I feel like if you are going to be running fighters, you do want to try and bring the best echelons of characters. And when you are doing that has to be Luffy. Luffy, don't die here. Okay, hitting Luffy. This is going to be a huge uphill battle now. Like, what I was saying was that bringing Anniversary Luffy just makes your team so much better. Like, it makes it uncomparably better to not having Luffy on the squad. And now King's dead and Page 1's dead too. Man, Page 1's just bad. Like, Page 1's just bad. Like, oh, bro. I'm going to do a strength showcase after this. And I'm going to try and do some stuff with him, but, like, yeah. Fighters are always going to struggle if the wrong unit dies. So let's come back to this. Alright, I feel like if Roger Whitebeard doesn't hit Luffy... Alright, beautiful. If Luffy doesn't die, I feel like fighters are going to be okay. There obviously is that RNG factor of not being hit by Roger and Whitebeard. And then if we can get some haste here for Luffy, it's basically over now. Like, it's... If you can get that Kobe and Luffy haste shenaniganry to work, you can basically just beat any team. Like, it's basic. It's free. And Garp comes in, wraps up that final unit. Yeah, GG. Like, it's kind of nuts. And obviously, like, that does take some RNG, but having that best unit in the game when you are doing these PvP challenges, or if you are doing, like, some fights where it might be a bit iffy, or you're not sure, I wouldn't recommend doing this. Like, this is more for just the showcase value. But if you can get that off, or, like, increase your CD speed to have that pop first, like you do on the strength team, like, you're going to be hitting very, very hard, very, very early, and the team pretty much can't do anything from there. So Garp isn't too bad. His attack buff, his speed buff's really, really nice, and I feel like he's going to be a staple on the fighter team. I just feel like the fighter team, it's just not really there compared to some of the other class teams or some of the color teams. But let me know your thoughts and opinions of the team down below. If you have any ways to improve it, let me know. Or if I missed out on a unit, like, let me know too, because I always love digesting PvP content. But if you enjoyed the video, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.